Felicitous greetings, fellow fanatics. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Adam the Fanatic, and today the channel is taking a bit more of a somber approach as we're taking a look at With My Past, a puzzle platformer by Imagine Wing Studios. Please note that this game does deal with mature themes, most notably depression and contemplation of suicide. If you struggle with such thoughts yourself, please reach out to someone, be it your family, your friends, your pastor, or your psychiatrist. Without any further ado, let's dive in. In With My Past, you'll take on the role of a nameless woman. Although we are never made to know her personally, we can get a rough estimation of the time frame she comes of age, around the time of the 2020 lockdowns. This throws a major wrench into the plans she had for the future, and causes her to fall into depression as she constantly wrestles with a single question.
You're a man haunted by those two most terrible words. What if?
The game is divided into 6 chapters, plus a prologue and epilogue. Each of the main chapters has a unique gimmick, with new mechanics introduced to keep the puzzles fresh. While the story is somewhat abstract, more about the protagonist's emotions than the events surrounding them, I have to praise just how ingeniously the game mixes the story with the gameplay. The ongoing mechanic that lasts throughout the whole of the game is that she is literally being followed by a ghost of the past that mimics her movements with about a 2-second delay, but how she interacts with it is different in each chapter. The second chapter introduces these items which warp you back to the current position of your past, while in the third chapter, the game invokes a bit of Celeste and has it to where you have to avoid touching the past at all costs. Later puzzles will give you limited control over the past, allowing you to use her as a platform to reach higher than you previously could. Each chapter is fairly short. My playthrough of the game took me about 2.5 hours in all. I never got stuck for too long on a puzzle, but some of them did require me to think in different ways, or simply stop overthinking them. Given the game's brevity, it's no surprise that it's not particularly complex, but you will have to think things over in order to solve the puzzles. But in case you get stuck, the title offers in-game hints and even gives you the option to skip levels completely without penalty or limit. Because while the puzzles can be clever at times, they simply aren't the true focus here. Which brings us to the presentation. And really, this is the core of what the game is all about. This title is about letting you see into the protagonist's head, letting you hear her thoughts, letting you see her struggle as she is drowned by sorrow and eventually climbs out of the pit of despair. When reviewing tabletop games, I often talk about application of theme, but in video games, it often gets overlooked and taken for granted, but this is a game that knows how to use its theme to its advantage. Even though you know very little of the specifics about her past, you can't help but feel sorry for her through her journey. In every new mechanic, it's tied to the story that's woven. You aren't merely watching her tale, you're experiencing it. Despite the pixel art and giving the protagonist a blue-haired anime aesthetic, it's very easy to sympathize with her. All in all, With My Past is a brief but amazing experience. It is a mature game in the true sense of the word. A game that speaks to the emotions, but at the same time, never forgets that it is a game. The music, the art, and the story all come together to build a beautiful whole. It's a joy to see the protagonist finally overcome her pain, even if we only see a small part of her journey. It is a rather short title. As aforementioned, it only took me about 2.5 hours in all. But despite its brevity, it's beautifully crafted. If you're a fan of more artistic experiences that avoid the pitfalls of feeling hollow and pretentious, I cannot recommend it more highly. In conclusion, I find With My Past to be worthy of an impressive 9.4 out of 10. With My Past is currently available for PC via Steam. If you're interested in purchasing or learning more, links are included in the description. But what about you? What do you think of With My Past? What more solemn titles do you enjoy? If you have any questions, remarks, or opposing points of view, leave them in the comments down below. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and ring that bell. And if you really enjoy my work, please consider funding my channel on Patreon. Until next time, farewell, fellow fanatics. Thank you again for watching. I have plenty more to share with you if you're interested. You can click up here above my head to subscribe to my channel. You can click over here on my monitor to see the most recent video that I've worked on. Or if you prefer, you can click up here to open this mysterious vault and see what video that the YouTube algorithm has picked just for you.